Talk to me. Played the horn of the Lord and served other gods. Remember the days of old, we the lost tribes. They don't believe the Bible, they say a white man wrote it, but still celebrate them holidays from white men, don't they? Like Christmas and Thanksgiving appetites. I don't even see my closest family half the time. Going out ain't an option, I won't compromise. I got integrity and more heart than Valentine. Kyrie tweeted a book they sell on Amazon, owned by the same folks that told them to apologize. Remember slaves couldn't read, wasn't allowed, so it's meaning when I tell you I'm black and I'm proud. Murdered us with the sword, that's how we learned religion. Community standards violate my First Amendment. Discontinue from my heritage under these bastards. Life a bitch, they make up lies and give you public lashes. I understand they confused by who the devil is. Why my people get so mad when I tell them this? Valley of dry bones, my niggas skeletons. It's hectic out there, hope you checking on your relatives. Brotherhood, that's what my weapon is. And now I never let these crackers take it from me. Real talk, you probably never heard this all of your life. Be careful, cause that thing you love, it'll cost you your life. Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood. Long as we got each other, my nigga.
Yeah.
We build this shit.
Nigga, I done lost family, I done lost friends. Day one, niggas thought was riding to the end. Still showed up, put in that work. Hide behind a smile while I'm walking with this hearse. Some nights I felt alone, most nights I felt cold. Some nights I drove around, I ain't wanna go home. Nigga, I ain't never been, nah, I ain't never fold. Follow orders like a soldier doing what I'm told. Even when the council wasn't making any sense, I ain't never doubted, I just put it to the test. Days I was fucked up and down to my last cent. Reaching in my pockets, only coming up with lint. I'm talking even on the days that I couldn't pay my rent. I put it down for my brothers, ain't spared no expense. If I ever got bent, caused an offense, please forgive your brother, Lord, that ain't what I meant. See that brotherhood a weapon, fight against deception. When something taken from you, then it's just a blessing. Shorty really loved me, gave me everything she got. And I'm sorry, baby girl, if I ever broke your heart. Man, mistakes that I made, don't know if they'll fade. Moving with a heavy heart, living with the pain. Take away the shame, wash away the stain. Praying to the Lord for the days that I was Cain. Sheesh.
Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood. Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood.
Yeah, close enough to it. Almost like make a sound, like a cage. Hit the cage. What? There you go. All right. This will be a time that we'll call the brother up to present ourselves. All right. All right. One more time.
Yeah, sure.
You would say Maju.
Maju.
Maju. Then you would say Panya Hakudo.
Kanya Hakudum.
Yep. Okay. Go into the Lord's Prayer. Let me look through it.
I got it in Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw.
Abanaw.
Shabbat Shemayu.
Shabbat Shemayu.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemkar.
Shamkar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malak with cup.
Malachika.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'arataza.
Barataza.
Ba'arataza.
Barataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayu.
Bashamai.
Nathan.
Nathan.
Lenawa.
Lenawa.
Lekam.
Lakam.
Ka.
Ka.
Yawam.
Yavam.
Wasalak Lenawa.
Wasalak now.
Kabawak Wanawa.
Kabawak now.
Kasalak Nawa.
Kasalak now.
Kawawa Yanawa.
Kabawak is Kabawak, you know.
Kawawak Yanawa.
Kabawak, you know.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Taba Ya'anawa.
Tabiya'a now.
Banasayawan.
Banasayawan.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashanawa.
Hawashai now.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rad.
Rad.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Wahala.
Wahatapa'ara.
Watapara.
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 La walayam.
La Abalamyam.
La walayam.
La Abalamyam.
Aman.
Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
This is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'asham. Yahushai.
Babushah.
Natalat Nabu.
Nathanahu.
Nathanahu. Hakak. Larapa'ah. Ka. Makala. Makala. Wakal. Marawa. Hakak. Latahar. Hamatazarayu. Hakak. Lahakwayim. Hamatayam. Hamakyum. Hakak. Al. Rakawa. Hatama'ala. Lagarashan. Ba'asham. Yahushai. The water. Aman.
In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the
The
leper.
power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
By Hashem.
By Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
By Balak Yahweh.
Barak Yahweh.
Why Yisharala? Why Yisharala?
Wa Yasha'Allah.
Why Yashala?
Wa Yasha'Allah.
Why Habayah?
Wa Habayah.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
By Hashem.
By Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The water.
The water.
Amen.
Amen. In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayana. Ayanya.
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 Al. Hahari.
Ahorim.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'a.
Yaba'a.
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Isaiah.
Ma'ayin. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Asha. Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Waratiza.
Waratiza.
Al. Yatan.
Yatan.
Lamawat.
Number what?
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al. Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Shemorka.
Shemorka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'a.
La'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamor.
Shawamor.
Yashal.
Yashal.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shemorka.
Shemorka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyaka.
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 Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashemash.
Hashemash.
La'a.
La'a.
Yakaka.
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 Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayala. Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashemorka.
Yashemorka.
Makal. Right.
Makal Rai.
Makal Right.
Makal Rai.
Yashemor.
Yashemor.
Napashka.
Napashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashemor.
Yashemor.
Taza'afka.
Taza'afka.
Wabawa'aka.
Wabawa'aka.
Ma'ata.
Ma'ita.
Ma'ata.
Ma'ita.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Awalam.
Awalam.
Aman.
Aman. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the
From
hills.
which cometh my help?
From which cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from
Who
Yahweh.
made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth
will
thee
not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by
nor
day,
the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy
From
coming in.
this time forth
From this time
and
forth,
even forevermore.
even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayam.
Alahayim.
Al. Damaya.
Damaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Al. Dakarash.
Dakarash.
Wa'al.
Wa'al.
Dashakwat.
Dashakwat.
Al. Kaya.
So you say it all together, so it's Kaya Hana.
Kaya Hana.
Kaya Hana.
Awayab Yaka.
Awayabyaka.
Yahama. Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Wama Shanayaka.
Wama Shanayaka.
Nashawa.
Nasha'awa.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Aimaka.
Al Aimaka.
Yara Yamwa.
Ira Yamwa.
Ira Yamwa.
Ira Yamwa.
Sawad.
Sawad.
Wayataya Tazawa.
What? That was close. Wayataya I Tazawa.
Wayataza I Tazawa.
Wayataya I Tazawa.
Al Tazapawan Yaka.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Amara.
Amarawa.
Amorwa,
Amorwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidum,
Wanakakidum,
Magaya,
Magoya,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yazaka, Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham Yashala,
Sham Yashala,
Aiwa,
Aiwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa Ai Tazawa,
Nawa Tazawa,
La,
La,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Aulika,
Aulika,
Barayat,
Barya,
Ya Karatwa,
Yakaratwa,
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 Ahalia,
Ahalia,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wa Yashamai Alayim,
that's close. Wa Yashamai Alayim.
Wa Yashamai Alayim,
Wa Yashamai Alayim.
Mawa Abba,
Mawa Abba.
Wa Hagarium,
Wa Hagarium.
Kabal,
Kabal.
Wa Amawan,
Wa Amawan.
Wa Amalak,
Wa Amalak.
Palashak,
Halashah.
I'm Yashabaya,
I'm Yashabia.
I'm Yashabia,
I'm Yashabia.
Tazawar,
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar,
Alma Ashawar.
Nalawa,
Nalawa.
Imam,
Imam.
Hayawa,
Hayawa.
Zarawai,
Zawawai.
Laban Yalawat,
Laban Yalawat.
Salah,
Salah.
Ashalaham,
Aishalaham.
Kamadayan, Kamadian,
Kamadian.
Kasaya Sara'a,
Kasaya Sara'a.
Kasaya Sara'a,
Kasaya Sara'a.
Kayabayan,
Kayabian.
Kayabian,
Kayabian.
Banako,
Banakal.
Koyashan, Koyashwan,
Koyashwan.
Nishamadwa,
Nashamadwa.
Bayan, Da'ara, Bayan Da'ara,
Bayandara.
Hayawa,
Hayawa.
Daman,
Daman.
La Arama,
La Adama.
La Adama,
La Adama.
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa.
Narayab Mawa,
Narayabawa.
Ka'ira,
Ka'ira.
Wakaza'aba,
Wakazaaba.
Wakazabak,
Wakazaba.
Wakazazalmanai,
Wakazazamana.
Ka,
Ka.
Nasaya Kamwa,
Nasiya Kamwa.
Aisha,
Ashar.
Amarwa,
Amarwa.
Na Yarashad,
Nayarashah.
Lanawa,
Lanawa. Ah.
Nawa,
Naawa.
Lahayam,
Alahayim.
Alahayim,
Alahayim.
Alahaya,
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa.
Kagavila,
Kagavila.
Kakwash,
Kakwash.
Lapanya,
Lapanya.
Raka,
Raka.
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash.
Taba Ira Ya Ira,
Tabahayra ya ayra.
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba.
Talahat,
Alahat.
Haryam,
Haryam.
Khan,
Khan.
Daradama,
Daradama.
Daradama,
Daradama.
Basa Irika,
Basairaka.
Waba Sawapaka,
Wabasawapaka.
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam.
Mala'a,
Mala'a.
Panyaham,
Panyaham.
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan.
Waya Bakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa.
Shamka,
Shamka.
Yahawa,
Yahawa.
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa.
Waya Bahawa,
Wayabahalwa.
Ay,
Ayay.
Waya Kaparwa,
Wayakaparwa.
Waya Abadwa,
Wayabadwa.
Waya Dawa,
Wayadaiwa.
Waya Da'aiwa,
Wayadaiwa.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Ata,
Ata.
Shamka,
Shamka.
Yahawa,
Yahawa.
Tabarka,
Tabarka.
Yawan,
Yawan. Al Yawan.
Al Yawan,
Al Yawan.
Akal Arataza,
Now that'll be all separate.
okay.
Al.
Kal,
Kal.
Arataza,
Arataza.
Arataza,
Arataza.
Aman.
Aman. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up their head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hated ones.
And consulted against thy hated ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation.
from being a nation.
That the name of
In
Israel
the name of Israel.
may be no more remembrance.
May be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites
and the Israelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarene,
and the Hagarene,
the Baal,
the Baal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of
with
Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur also is joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They are hoping the children of Lot
Salah,
to lie.
do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabez,
as to Jabez,
at the brook of
at
Kasai,
the brook of Kasai,
which perished they endured.
which perished they
They
endured.
became as dung for the earth.
And became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oran,
With their nobles like red,
and like Zahab.
and like Zeb,
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their princes,
as Abba,
as the Baal,
and as Amunah,
and as Amunah,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the house of Yahweh in possession.
the house of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my power,
Oh my power,
make them like a whale,
make them like a
as
whale,
a stubble before the wind,
as the sun before the
as the
wind,
fire burneth for
as
wood,
the fire burns the
and
wood,
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
and the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them without sin,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be
and
confounded
troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the Most High
art the Most High
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
So be it.
So be it. This is the blessings in the Hebrew. Barak, Atah.
That's all right. Barakatah Yahweh.
Okay. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
By Yahweh Shai.
Where Yahweh Shai?
Wama Yaka'ala. Wama Yaka'ala.
Where Yahweh
Wa Alahayim.
Where Alahayim?
Matazabaya'a. Matazaya'a.
Matazah
Alawak Yohana.
Alawak Yahana.
Ha'alawakim.
Ha-Alawakim.
Hasaranyam.
Ha-Saranyam.
Hakortazayanyam.
Ha-Kotazayanyam.
Hakayayam.
Ha-Kayayayam.
Waha'ak. Wapyan. Waha'ak Wapyan. Waha'ak
Waha'ak
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua. Tawada. Amen.
Amen. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angel.
And the angel.
Commanding.
Commanding.
General Yohana.
General Yohana.
The general.
The general.
The captain.
The captain.
The officer.
The officer.
The trooper.
The trooper.
And the sister.
And the sister.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Sorry, was me to turn. Okay. Kind of keep flip the switch. It was the other one. The shopping was supposed to be seated and then pull the string. All right. Shalom, Israel. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. Of course, we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group or any other Christian organization. All right. This is the Lord's Sabbath service. Keep in mind, it's very important to come to the Sabbath service. This is a part of our culture and our customs, and there's a spirit behind it. There's a spirit behind coming to the Sabbath service. The Bible, the Lord said first, yes, keep the Sabbath day, but also the Lord also said reverence the sanctuary. We were always supposed to come into this place and send up prayers to the Lord. And the priests were in charge of teaching all of our people, all of our customs, all of our culture, which is the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Lord provided us. Since the time of Moses, this is what we were taught. This is what was written down. This was for our people to keep from generation for generation to generation. And we were never supposed to give up on it. All right? So go ahead and start in Genesis chapter 4, verse 1. We're going to be in the book of Genesis chapter 4. All brothers and sisters, make sure you read and follow along. All right? This is what's going to help you get proficient in reading the Hebrew and one day speaking the Hebrew. It starts with listening to it, hearing it on the daily basis. All right? Go ahead. Let me ready.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 1. Waha Adam Yadai Kawa Ashata Ashakwa with the heart.
With the log. The log.
That's the next.
Oh, Salaki, you said with the heart.
Yeah,
Salaki,
with the heart.
Salaki, with the heart. Salaki.
With the lie, Koyan, with the dar, with the amor, Kunayafya, Ayash, Yahweh, with the sa, Lulad, Luladaf, Akayan, okay, Akaya, the dog,
Habal.
the ball, we will hide you, we haya, the ball, where I, her, where I, to the na, to the on, Wakuyan, haya, I buy, the ma, Adama, we haya, Makwetaza, Yum, where you buy, Kuyan, Muporia, her dumb, her dumb, Munika, Loya, her what? Verse 4. With her ball, her, gum, her up, Mubba Karwaf. Makarwaf. Wubba yeah. Wubba Karwaf.
So it's going to be Kabar.
Yeah, okay. Wubba Kabar Waf.
Bakar.
To the Ana.
To the on.
To the Anwa. Wumma ka how bana.
Close. Wama Khalab Han.
Wumma kalad han. Where you shy? Where you shy? Yahweh. Al. Habal. Wa Allah. Wa Allah. Wa all. Munakaf. Wa. Munakafwa. Verse 5. Wa al. Koyan. Wa al. Munakafwa. La'a. Shaiha. Wiyakar. Lukwayan. Ma'ai. Ma'ai. Wiya Palwa. Wiya Pawa. Panayan. Panyawa. Verse 6. Wiya Amar. Yahweh. Al. Koyan. Limaha. Karaha. Lak. Wilamaha. Nepawa. Panyak. Verse 7. Palawa'a. Ma. Dayat Yai. Shata. Sha'at. Wa'ama. La'a. Daya Taya. Lepaka. Kata'af. Rabatazah. Wa'alayak. Wa'alyaka. That's your word. Kwakwa. Wa'ata. The Mashal. But what? Genesis 4 and verse 1 in the English. And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Most High. Verse 2. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. Verse 3. And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground and offering unto the Most High.
Let's repeat that one more time. What's going on here?
Verse 3. And in the process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Most High.
Giving an offering to the Most High has been in our customs for a very long time. Since Adam, since Cain, since Abel, we have given offerings to the Most High. That's nothing new. You understand? Like when Moses, I want everyone to understand the breath of life, talking about in Genesis 3 that we read last week, that breath of life, it's like 2 weeks ago, I believe, in chapter 2, right? That breath of life was God's laws, statutes, and commandments. I believe Captain was breaking that down, if I'm not mistaken. He broke it down, all right? Everyone knows that breath of life is the laws of God. You understand that? Breath of life was an actual breath. The Lord made a process already for us to breathe in Genesis 1. If you know anything about science, the trees help us breathe, all right? They give us oxygen and we give off the carbon dioxide and we bounce off of each other, and that's how we survive. If you was to cut all the trees down, the entire human race would just completely plummet and just die off the face of the earth. That's how it would happen. So the Lord already made a process for us to breathe. And here we are right here in Genesis chapter 4 talking about how Cain was it Abel? I believe it was Abel or Cain giving an offering to the Most High. You understand? It was Abel. All right, giving an offering to the Most High. This has always been a part of our customs and a part of our culture. And I want everyone to understand that. That's what the breath of life was the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 4. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Most High had respect unto Abel and to his offering.
So the Lord respected Abel's offering, which means that offering was reasonable. You understand? It was an appropriate offering. Go ahead.
Verse 5. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect.
There you go. Go ahead.
And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell.
So now the Lord did not respect Cain's offering. If you go into our law, all right, go into the laws of the Most High, from Genesis all the way to Deuteronomy, you'll find in Leviticus and the book of Deuteronomy about how to give a proper offering to the Lord. And okay, all right, a proper offering to the Lord, if it's a meat offering, it has to be no blemish. You understand? It has to be completely perfect, and then you give it to the Most High. That's how it's supposed to be. All right. This has always been a part of our customs and culture forever. You understand? And everyone understands it. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And the Most High said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen?
So now the Lord is asking Cain, why are you so wroth? Right? Why are you so angry? Why is your countenance no longer the same like it was? All right. Of course, the Lord knows. All right. He's going to ask a question, because this is for our understanding, right? There's questions being asked, so we can actually read this and say, hey, the Lord wants us to know this. Why Cain's countenance fell, all right? and why he was so wroth and so angry. Go ahead.
Verse 7, Genesis 4, chapter 4, verse 7. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted?
So right, exactly. So if thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? If something is done well, it's going to be accepted. But if something is not done well, then it's not going to be accepted. May this lesson be very important to all brothers and sisters here. You do something well, you do something right, you do something perfect. Growing up, our parents always had this saying, right? If you came from a black, Hispanic, or Native American household, you never half-assed anything, did you? A half-assed job is a no job. Excuse my language. I grew up with that saying. All right? You do something with perfection, you do it right. The Lord is black. You understand? This is what the Lord is saying. God is black. This might be news to everybody. It's a lot here. I know y'all hearing this for the first time, but God is black. All right? Anybody online? I know I may have hurt some feelings, but God is black, Christ is black, the Bible is black, all right? And the Lord wants us to understand, all right? Go ahead.
And second part, Genesis chapter 4, verse 7, middle of the precept. And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. Now I have a question for everybody. This is Genesis chapter 4. What is sin? Go ahead, Shamaka boy.
Transgression against the law.
How would we know that if the law did not exist? That's a crazy. Ain't that crazy? If the law was never there, I want everyone to make sense of it. How could sin lie at the door if the law didn't exist at this time? It's probably because it existed, right? Right across the board? It existed. It existed. Now read that part one more time so everybody can hear it.
And if thou doest not well,
meaning if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, exactly how I said it, the breath of life that I gave your father, all right, he knows this. Adam knows it. The breath of life, Adam knows this. He knows the law. If you don't do what I told you to do, it said what?
sin lieth at the door.
Sin lieth at the door. You're one step away. That's it. You're one step away. You might not be there yet, but it's coming. I believe back in the day, a lot of I grew up under my grandparents, and they explained this concept. You may not be doing it now, but you'll do it later. You understand? It's going to get worse from here. There's a spirit behind making up. My grandmother was big on making up the bed right, and she said, if you can't get this right, you'll get nothing right. That's how I grew up. If I couldn't cut the grass the right way, straight down the line and diagonal how it's supposed to every other week, if I couldn't get that right, I'll get nothing right. Sin lieth at the door. If you just can't follow simple instructions, how can you follow the advanced ones? All I'm asking you is to give me an offering. The Lord is asking, all I need you to do is give me an offering with no blemish. That's in our law. We have to go into the law. I may not have time to do that, but with no blemish, that's it. If you can't handle that, then how can you handle the respect of your brothers? How can I guarantee you to treat your brother right? How can I guarantee that? How can I guarantee that you heard that you're not supposed to eat any pork, no shrimp, no lobster, or not get any tattoos, or be some alternative, lifestyle kind of individual, a girl that likes girls or a guy that likes guys? How can I guarantee that if you can't even do the simple task of giving me an offering with no blemish? How can it be possible? I'll tell you, sin lieth at the door. It's coming. It's coming. If you can't do this right, then you're not going to be able to do everything else right. I believe the Bible says there's no greater sin. All right? I believe so. I think so. I might be wrong. Am I wrong now? The Bible says there's no greater sin, right? It also says if you break one law, you break what? You break them all, right? I believe the Bible says that. I might be wrong. Christians might tell me I might not be right, but I think I'm right. But go ahead, continue reading.
Last part of the precept, verse 7, Genesis chapter 4, verse 7. And unto thee shall be his desire.
It said what?
And unto thee shall be his desire.
And unto thee shall be his desire. So now what is the Lord breaking down here? Shemar, want to give it a shot? It says, and unto thee shall be his desire.
His desire to transgress against the law. So his desire to do whatever he want to do.
Give the brother a hand. That's exactly it. Give the brother a hand. That's exactly it. That's going to be his desire, right? He's talking to Cain. we want to find more about Cain. The Lord was right. You know, the Lord was right. Go ahead.
And thou shalt rule over him.
And what?
And thou shalt rule over him.
And thou shalt rule over him. That's what's going to happen. You understand? This sin is going to rule over you. You understand? This entire lifestyle is going to rule over you. You understand? The righteous, if you're going to continue to be a sinner, the Lord's going to send, like, this is why the Lord sent righteous men to rule over everyone, because everyone else just knows how to sin. You understand? Because of Christianity, because of our oppressor, all right, because of America, we're going to read later in the lesson, all right, or later in the breakdown, like Cain, that's the spirit of our oppressor. You understand? All right, we're going to, how Cain is, that's the spirit that our oppressor holds. And that entire spirit is now on the entire earth. We're going to read it eventually. And we're going to see it, and I'm going to break it down, all right, especially if I have time. I'm going to break it down to y'all, all right? And this is what we're going to see. Don't allow sin to rule over you, all right? Don't allow it to happen. Just like this has been said since the beginning. The same thing that was said in the Old Testament, the New Testament is going to say it too as well. That's why Christ was telling us certain things. That's why Peter was teaching us this. This is why Paul was teaching this. John was teaching us this. Going to the Old Testament, Isaiah was saying this. Jeremiah, Micah, Ezekiel, they were saying these type of things for a reason. All right? But go ahead. That was it. That was 7, right? Go ahead and read the Hebrew.
Okay, Genesis chapter 4, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Waya Amor, Koyan, Al, Habal, Akayan, Wayahaya, Baha, Yawatham.
And also Salaki, real quick. And also, Abel is better than Cain. The Lord wanted to also expound that too as well. In fact, I forgot to mention that. Abel is better than Cain. You understand? Because if you serve the Lord, then you're better than someone who does not. The goal is to make sure these sinners, all right, because we were all once sinners before, and we only became non-sinners by looking at righteous men. You understand? By following after righteous people, all right? And so righteousness, of course, is better than non-righteousness. Does everybody understand that point? All right? Abel is better than Cain at this point. All right? That's why his countenance fell. Because he's seen it. The Lord was bringing it out to him too as well. The Lord, he's seen it. He said, oh, if my brother's better than me, all right? Because I can't get right. Imagine being angry at your brother because you're wrong. That's bizarre, right? It's damn near mental illness to me. But go ahead, I'll continue reading the Hebrew.
Bushada, Wiyakwam, Koyan, Al, Habal, Akayan, At Yawa, okay. Wiyaha Raga Hawa. Okay, with verse 8, 9. Wiya Amor, Yahweh, Koyan, Ayah, the ball, a kayak, Akyaka, Wiya Amor, La'a, Yada I, the Ya, Hashamor, Kayak, Akya, and the Kayak,
Close, Anakia.
Anaya. Verse 10. Waya Amor. Maha. Ma. I Shayaf. Quiwal. Damaya. Damya. Up. Akayak. To the I Quayum. Aulia. Man. Ha Adama. Verse 11. What I thought. What I thought. A reward. I thought. Man. Dema. Ashar. Patazatha. Puyaha. Lukwa kaf. Damaya. Damya. Yaka. Mayadak. Kaya. Daba. Dama. La. The sa. The ka. Lock.
That'll be
Laka.
in that case.
Laka. No. I would not. The I no why. Like it. No I would not. Would not. The her. But I retaza. Verse 13. Wiya Amor. Kwayan. Al. Yahweh. Gadawal. I wanaya. Munasha. Verse 14. Haina. Garashaf. Ya. Hayawam. Ma'al. Hanya. Dama. Dama.
Yeah, right.
Wama Panayak.
So Ramapanyaka.
Wama Panyaka. Asata. Waha Yayak. Ya. Naai. Wana. Ba'a Rataza. Waha Ya. Cow. Mataza Aya. Yaha Regania.
In this case, Haran.
Yahara Ganya.
No, you ain't like it. That was it. See that? Yeah. Most times I feel like brother.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 7 in the English. If thou do it well, shall thou not be accepted? Oh, Salaki, verse 8. Genesis chapter 4, verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother.
So now, and Cain talked with his brother Abel, right? Go ahead.
And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him.
And did what?
Slew him.
Now, Cain underlied his brother. You understand? That's what Cain did. Because how evil Cain was. That's why the Lord said, sin lieth at the door. Like, this is what this breeds. You understand? Like, not being able to follow orders breeds stuff like this. That's why it's important that we teach our children these laws. It's important to teach our children to obey and to listen and to follow instruction, because sin lieth at the door. You understand? This is what this breeds. Let me tell you something. You wonder why these brothers are out here? All right, there's many other factors as well why brothers and sisters are doing what they're doing. But one of these factors, brothers are doing drills, shooting up the block, doing whatever they're doing, simply because they did not know how to follow orders. They didn't know how to listen. No one was teaching them to listen. This entire time, they were being taught to be their own person, to be an individual. This is just who he is. Mom or dad, regardless of what it is at the moment, of course, the majority of our children are being raised by mommy and mommy alone. But Christian is the foundation of any black man and black woman in America. You understand? And they're teaching and they're taught to just ignore problems. Of course, mommy ignored JJ and Peanut, right, of this attitude problem. Peanut been slamming toys against the wall forever and got angry for no reason at all. And mommy just ignored it. And now by the time he's 11 and 12 years old, he no longer has access to action figures anymore. I want everyone to understand, when Peanut gets older, at 12 or 13 years old, he's not playing with toys anymore. There's other big boy toys he can play with now and has access to. It's called the gun. You understand? It's called the Draco. You understand? It's called the 9. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's called busting the grape. Everybody heard this terminology before? This is at 13. All right. I know brothers down here, they have this saying said, I hear it a lot out here, called jumping off the porch early. I've heard 90 brothers say this, and I know what it means now. At 12 or 13 years old, they was catching bodies and going on licks. That's what they were doing. That's the environment that we live in. That's what happens when you ignore these problems. Our brothers and sisters are all suffering from anxiety, depression, all kinds of stuff. And mommy ignores it. If daddy's there, sometimes daddy ignores it, because Christianity is the foundation. Christianity ignores everything. Christianity allows you to ignore every damn thing instead of paying attention to detail. And this is what the Lord was talking about since the beginning, was paying attention to detail, following orders, and listening to me. Because if not, sin lieth at the door. It's right there. And here we are reading Cain unaliving his brother simply over an offering that he messed up because he couldn't get right. Him. It's him. You understand? Do you know how many people hurt people simply because they're hurt? Does everybody understand that? That's a process. You understand? Not to veer off the beaten trail, but continue reading.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 9. And the Most High said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother?
Now the Lord is asking Cain, where is thy brother? Where is Abel? I don't see him. I don't hear him. I don't, where is he? Go ahead.
And he said, I know not.
Now, of course, Cain being alive. Listen, sin just live at the door. Once I continue, he's lying now. He's talking about, I don't know where he is. You were just talking, in verse 8, you were just talking to him. You unalived him. And then you got the nerve to say to the Lord, I don't know. What you mean you don't know? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Just like any kid. You understand? Just like any kid, any child, when they get addressed about something they did, what do they say? I don't know. You know damn well what you did. You know damn well where you were. You understand? Our people, allow me to bring it to into a bigger level. Our people have become infantile. We're infantile. We're children. There's a bunch of children from ages 18 all the way up to 74. You name it. They're just children. You understand? Black men and black women, Hispanic men, Hispanic Native American men and women, we have become infantile. We think like children. Children don't know a damn thing. They don't pay attention. And when things are being addressed, they just want to shrug their shoulders, all right, and say, I don't know. Well, this is not something you can just say, I don't know to. We're about to find out this ain't something you can't just say, I don't know to. For some of y'all parents out there, you can't accept the answer, I don't know. You understand? You got to know. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 9, this is the last part of the precept. Am I my brother's keeper?
Now he's being smart. Now he's being smart. Now that's why we always tell brothers, like, don't say I'm my brother's keeper. The spirit behind that saying was to be a smart aleck to the Lord. Talking about like, am I supposed to be watching my brother? I'm in charge of him? In reality, that's what brotherhood is, making sure your brother is good and things like that. But because he's so evil, okay, and because he's such a sinner, he's like, am I my brother's keeper? Am I supposed to be watching over him or something? Am I supposed to know his every move and et cetera, et cetera? He's just being a smart aleck here. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And he said, what hast thou done?
Now the Lord is saying, what hast thou done? The Lord knows. But what hast thou done? Go ahead.
The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground.
It said the what?
The voice of thy brother's blood.
It said the voice of thy brother's blood. Say that one more time.
The voice of thy brother's blood.
I want y'all to understand something. Your blood has a voice. You understand? The Lord created it like that. Your blood has a voice. It's a spirit, and I'm saying this in a spiritual sense. You understand? And the Lord, and we're about to find out why your blood has a voice. Go ahead.
The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground.
It crieth unto me from the ground. The Lord hears the blood from his brother. Guess what? The Lord hears the blood of our brothers and sisters that have been slain by our oppressor. You understand? I believe there's a scripture talking about the dead Israelites. Am I right? Am I right? You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not the precept genius. This brother right here, he's the precept genius. I need to be better with the precepts. You understand? But the dead Israelites. Listen, the Lord, the Most High Power, he hears that blood. You understand? And with that blood being heard the way it's being heard, there's consequences to that. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 11. And now art thou cursed from the earth.
And it said what?
And now art thou cursed from the earth.
You are cursed from the earth. You understand? The Bible says in another precept, a curse does not come without a cause. I'm paraphrasing, you understand? Like there's a reason why we're going through the things that we're going through. You can't just spill blood. You can't just unrighteously unalive someone. And this is what came to brother Abel. You understand? And the Lord heard it. Go ahead.
Which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
And now it said what?
Which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
And the earth received this blood. You understand? Like that's why the Bible says, "Cursed is the city that's built in blood." That's why the Bible says things like that. You understand? Because you can't see there's a process, and I want you to understand this. And this is what we fight for. You understand? We fight to defeat demons like this. We fight to defeat evil and expel demons like this in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community. You can't just unalive. There's a cycle to that. You understand?
Yeah.
This is someone else's brother. This is someone else's sister. This is someone else's cousin, nephew. You understand? This is someone's uncle, daddy, possibly. You understand? Or even in the female text, mom, auntie, whatever the case may be, sister, niece, you name it. This is someone else's family. You unalive this brother right here. It does not stop there. You understand? That's why there's nothing but shootings in our community. There's nothing but shootings in our cities. You understand? You just unalive someone's nephew. I'm coming at that brother or that sister gonna come after you now. You understand? Whatever the case may be. There's other factors of why that's happening, but this is one of them. Because it's an endless cycle. And it just breeds more hate. All right? It just breeds more violence. I know if you go into Norfolk, if some of y'all live in the Norfolk area, if y'all aware, there's signs up talking about stop the violence. Have you seen that sign, Shamaga Ball? What about you, Pastor Paul? What about you, sisters? Y'all seen them signs up? No, you haven't? No, don't sweat. If you go into Norfolk, don't go, y'all don't go into that part of Norfolk. No sweat. But if y'all brothers, if y'all seen the signs, all right? Stop the violence. Wherever those signs are, it's because there's nothing but violence and shootings right there. Go down to it's everywhere. Downtown Norfolk, it's terrible. All right, shootings everywhere, brothers being unalive, sisters being alive, and there's so many factors on why. But here it is. Now there's an evil spirit on the land. There's an evil spirit in that city, in that town, in that neighborhood, in Young's Park. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. In Young's Park, Terrace Park, all them areas right there, there's an evil spirit there because of all of the evil that's happening. This is what the Lord is saying right here. The earth opened her mouth to your brother's blood, and the Lord heard it. You understand? Continue reading.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
So it says, when thou tillest the ground, meaning when you, okay, if everyone doesn't understand what tilleth, I know y'all may know, but let me break it down. Tilleth the ground, you're farming, you're harvesting, these are ways to get resources, right? So when you're tilleth the ground, it said what?
It shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
So now the ground isn't going to produce. This is what happens when we do the evil that we do in our cities. No thanks to Christianity is why this evil exists. No thanks to our oppressor, no thanks to America and serving all these gods and goddesses and serving all of this money is why this is happening. This is why we are living in absolute extreme poverty as Black people. Have y'all ever been in the Black community before? I know y'all have. We grew up in it. We lived in it. We lived in poverty. Not all of us is from the suburbs. You understand? Not all of us, you understand? But even then, if you lived in the suburbs and you're Black, you were poor just amongst white people. I'm just letting you know. In the words of Dave Chappelle, you were not like everyone else there. You understand? And let me make it clear. In the Black community, we live in extreme poverty. And because of this poverty is why the crime rate is so high. This is because of all the evil Christianity allowed. This is with all the evil our oppressor pushed on our people to do. This would have never happened. This is why it's important to come to these laws, statutes, and commandments. So we can expel that kind of evil, expel that kind of demon. You understand? Yeah. Norfolk is poor. Portsmouth is poor. Parts of Virginia Beach is poor. And where are those areas? Parts of Hampton is poor. Newport News, Chesapeake, parts of Chesapeake is poor. Well, guess all those poor places they inhabit is Black people. That's where we are. Blacks, Hispanics, and Americans. We inhabit those poor areas, and there's so much evil there because of all the evil that's being done. No thanks to America and Christianity. Go ahead.
Verse 12, last part of the precept. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
Now this is Cain. Now this is Cain right here. Now remember, this is the spirit of our oppressor, and this is what's happening to our oppressor. You understand? Well, not happening to our oppressor, but this is what's happening to Cain. And so now, and our oppressor, just like Cain, is a vagabond. All right, he's a vagabond. What is a vagabond? Shema Gabal. What's a vagabond?
I believe it's someone that begs for like money or something.
Not necessarily. Go ahead, Apostle Paul. What's a vagabond?
Like a vagabond, Jew, somebody, he just freelancing through the earth on his own.
Okay, that's
without a home.
That's the key point right there. Right, exactly. Without a home, I understand where you were coming from, but without the home is the main part. Our oppressor has no home. He comes from the mountains, the Caucasus Mountains. You understand? That's where Edom, Esau, our oppressor. That's where he dwells. He's the cave dweller. Anybody seen the Geico commercial back in the day? You understand?
Yeah, somebody most important word, that scripture you were talking about earlier.
Okay, go ahead, read it real quick. Let's cap it.
Okay, come. Yeah, Baruch chapter 3, verse 4. O Lord Almighty, thou God of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites. Exactly.
Hear the prayers of the dead Israelites. Exactly. But the water for that. And so now back on track, right? Everybody remembers those old early 2000 Geico commercials and things like that. It's so easy that a caveman can do it. Well, that's who our oppressor is. He is the caveman. That's why he's so big into evolution. He's the only one that believes he came from a goddamn fish. That's him. He's the only one. He believes that he came from a fish and the fish jumped out the water and so happily breathed. All right, and then eventually be able to mate somehow. And then I don't know. It's weird. I think it's called Darwinism. I don't know. I don't care. But that's our oppressor. You understand? He's known to be in caves. You understand? That's why he likes to dwell in high places. You understand? That's why he got the Native Americans, the Skywalkers, all right, to build all of those high city buildings because he's used to being up high. The only reason why the Skywalker Native American tribe was able to do it because they were fearless and they knew and they were not afraid of heights, afraid of falling, and they were used to just scaling the skies. That's how the Skywalkers were as a tribe. And our oppressor oppressed them in order to build New York City, to build cities up like Buffalo and Los Angeles with tall buildings. Just think of any city with tall buildings. That's what our oppressor does because he's used to being up high in the cave. That's why he builds everything with stone. That's why everything is with stone. You see a bunch of bricks everywhere. You walk on bricks. You walk on concrete. You walk on asphalt. You walk on the blacktop because that's what he's used to. We actually come from grass. You understand? Walking on grass, walking on land. We didn't need all this concrete. That's why our oppressor constantly goes into the city. Goes into the most royal area and builds it up with a bunch of sidewalks and streets. All right. And all kinds of asphalt, you name it, because that's what he's used to walking on. He is a cave dweller. All right. This was the punishment for Cain. He became a vagabond. That's what he was. Someone who doesn't have a home. It's like our oppressor. He didn't have a home. He came from the mountains and conquered everything. All right. Of course, you can read the precept, but we eventually will get there. All right. Maybe 2 months from now, possibly. The way the Sabbath, you know what I'm saying? But it'll be in Genesis 25. So where it gives us the precept for Esau on how he was a cunning hunter and et cetera, and things like that. He was blessed by the sword. I believe that precept is in there, and you'll learn how oppressor came down from the mountains, from the caves, and was able to go to war with everyone to be the European that he is. He was never a European. He was just a cave dweller. We were the Europeans. We were the kings. We were the lords of that time. All right. You can. There's plenty of history. This ain't the history class. This is the Sabbath service. Let me not tangent too far off. Continue reading, brother.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 13. And Cain said unto the Most High, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
Now Cain said, "This is too much for him, right? It's too much for him." You know, and this, you know, and think of like a kid, you know, when they get in trouble, this punishment is too much for them. But you know, they never thought that it wasn't too much to make up the bed, like I told you, right? Yeah, that wasn't too much. Like it wasn't, you know. I think it was too much for you to wash the dishes, like I told you, and make sure all the dirt was off of it, right? Think of like this is a kid. Our oppressor is a kid. He's a child. All right. That's why he was never supposed to be in charge and you know and rule the entire earth the way he does. That's why the Bible says another precept where it talks about where women and children will be thy oppressor. You understand? Children, not talking about actual children, but our oppressor, because they have the mindset of children. Children just destroy things for no reason at all. Children just ruin things for no reason. You'll look at a child and be like, why did you break that? I remember when I was a kid, it didn't dawn on me now. It dawns on me now because I'm an adult. I remember when I was a kid, I would just break stuff for no reason. And my grandma would look at me and say, why'd you do that? That didn't make no sense. Now you got to get a new one. Now, you know, we broke. I got to wait 3 months to get a new toy. It made no sense for me to break that. Why are you just rambling and things like that? You're a rambler. Get out of there. What's the point of that? That's our oppressor. He's nothing but a kid. He has a mindset of a kid. Why are you doing this? Why are you diving in the middle of the ocean for no reason at all? We have enough fish to eat where we are off the coast. Why are you diving all the way in there? Doesn't make any sense. Why are you chopping down all these trees to build up just more cities and more concrete? We need these trees. They cut down all the forests, all the wilderness. Some of those forest fires were on purpose, so they can just build on it. I pray y'all. I hope y'all knew that, right? Did y'all know that? Some of those forest fires were done purposely, so some rich white man can go and build on it, and so he can build up some city and some apartment complex or whatever, some casino maybe, you name it, some new mall, so he can make a bunch of money on it. That's our oppressor. He's just a child. Go ahead, Shemaka.
That's why we got black bears roaming around in Virginia Beach.
Great, thank you. I think that was on the news. That's why old Smokey is just walking around, doing his thing. He had a home. Our oppressor took it from him. You wonder why they got to put up signs talking about watch out for deer. We wouldn't have to worry about deer jumping in front of us if you gave him a home. But because our oppressor's a kid, he doesn't see. Our oppressor can't see how important the environment is and how it should really stay the same. I'm not saying don't build cities. I'm not saying, but there has to be some kind of control. Really, we're supposed to live off the land. We're supposed to be able to just go fish, farm, like how it's supposed to be. And technology can still be advanced. We can still have advanced technology and still have more land and concrete and asphalt and tall buildings. I'm not saying don't build any tall buildings, but you're taking all of the forest. Listen, I think our oppressor was damn near about to go to war with the native people because they tried to do the Alaskan pipeline. You understand? That's childish. And all of that, and I believe it was polluting their waters, and it was so much. Like, this is our oppressor. Our oppressor will build a bunch of factories and dump all of the waste inside the water, and then turn around and talk about we need waste management. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? This is all you. I believe BP. This is my last one. BP was some oil rig in the middle of the ocean, and there was some big oil spill like about 20-something years ago. I remember it. You know what I'm saying? Then they got the nerve. We need to treat our environment better. Well, why did you let this happen? This is what a kid would do. You understand? So go ahead, continue reading that.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and from that face shall I be hid.
Go ahead.
And I should be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth.
And that's our oppressor. He's nothing but a criminal and a homeless person that has no home. You understand? He's homeless. He just doesn't have a home. He's also a criminal. He's a fugitive. You understand? Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
Because this is something, now, this is what Cain is saying. And guess what? Let me break something out too. Our oppressor, if he should be, and if not is, well, he is, all right? It's just not always shown. But he is the most hated. Let me say it like that. He is the most despised. Every nation and race of people on the earth have a white man problem. You understand? Everybody. You understand? We are just God's chosen people. And we should not have this problem. And we need to come back to God's law, statutes, and commandments. But best and believe, every other nation and race of people also have a oppressor problem. Has a Ben Franklin, George Washington problem. Has a Bill Clinton, who's the Donald Trump type, and Bernie Sanders, and whatever you name it. They're problems. You understand? These other nations, they have problems with our oppressor as well. Listen, I remember I hear Christians say this all the time. We need to go to Africa and build up Africa and feed Africa and all this other type of stuff. Even though they're starving people in Norfolk, right? We got starving black people in Portsmouth right now, dying in the summertime because they have nothing to eat, and you worried about Africa. Well, I understand. I don't. That's lucky. I don't understand. But you out there talking about we need to build up Africa, help Africa, feed Africans, the starving children. Well, allow me to let you into a little secret. They're starving because of white people. They're starving because of our oppressor. They don't have any water, all right? They don't have much food to eat. And there's towns and neighborhoods and cities in Africa, in Nigeria, Algeria, Ghana, Egypt, Morocco, you name it. They're poor the way they are because our oppressor, the oppressor went into Africa and robbed them naked. You understand? You can read that in the history books. That's why General Hannibal, an African general, was trying to stop the Sicilians, and all the Romans at that time from invading parts of Africa. That's why. And of course, if y'all didn't know, he obviously lost the war. He lost the war. All them elephants that he was riding on, the Lord was not with that African general, and the Romans took over took over Africa. That's why it's called Africa, because it was General Africanus. That's the rocket that came to General Africanus. That's what happened. Listen, China isn't China the way it is anymore because of white people. Japan is not the way it is anymore. It's because of people like Bill Clinton and your Donald Trump, all right, and your Joe Biden. They are a problem on the entire earth, all right? You worried about all these other nations. What you should worry about is your own people first. China isn't trying to get better so they can make sure black people are good. You understand? China is getting better for China. You know what I'm saying? Japan is trying to get better for Japan. How about you as blacks, Hispanics, and Americans get better for you? You understand? Go ahead. That was it, right? That was 14? All right. Let's read another 7. Well, what time we got, actually?
We had 7:37.
Okay, on the time frame. What do we got? On the computer, the time you see in the red? Top left corner in the screen. You give the time count on the actual video.
Mike, I see.
Okay,
hour 23.
Okay, yeah. So this will be 7 more because it's supposed to be an hour.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Genesis chapter 4, verse 15 in the Hebrew. Will you more? Lewa. Yahweh. Lekan. Ka. Heragah. Koyan. Shabbai Dayam. Yaquam. Wiyasham. Yahweh. Look what one. Of what? Leba Lafia. Hookawaf. Athar. Ka. Ma says what? Verse 16. ويتذا كويان ملا بانيا يهاوي ويشاء بقى رتذا نوا كدماف أيضا verse 17 will you die quite young Ashata with the heart with the lie Kunawak Wayahaya Banaha Ayar Waya Kwera Shema Ayar Kasham Banawak Banwak Kana Wak verse 18 Waya Wala Laka Nawak
Kanaya, Lakanaya,
Lakanayak
Ina,
Ayara Wa Yara Yala Maka Waya Allah
so Makaya Allah,
Maka Ya Allah Wamaka Ya Allah
Waya Allah, Makaya Allah, Makaya Allah,
Ka Ya Allah Yala Matawa Sha'al Wamata Wa Sha'al Yala Lamak verse 19 Waya Kwaka Waya Kwak Lawa Lamak Shak Ya Nisha Yum Nash Yum Shum Kaf Aida was Shum Nayaf, Tazala'ah, Tazalah, verse 20. With the lie, Aida, Gabal, Hawa'a, Haya, Haya, Abaya, Aisha, Ahala, Wamakwa, Na, verse 21, Washam, Akayam, Wabal, Hawa'a, Haya, Abaya, Ka, the Pash, Kanawar, with I, with God. Genesis chapter 4, verse 14 in English. Behold, thou hast given me out this day from the face of the earth. Verse 15. Genesis chapter 4, verse 15. And the Most High said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold.
It said what?
Vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold.
Now let's talk about that word vengeance real quick. You understand? And vengeance is synonymous with justice, right? And let me make a point real quick. Actually, thinking about it, right? This entire thing, Cain was worried about him not being slain, right? Even though he just got finished slaying his brother, he doesn't want to be slain, even though he just slayed his brother. What does that sound like to you? That sounds exactly like our oppressor. You understand? This is why that's why I brought up the dead Israelites, because this is justice. You understand? We need justice. You understand? And the Lord is going to give us justice. Now, this is what this scripture is talking about right here. We cannot go to war with our oppressor. It is not up to us to get a bunch of guns and a bunch of rifles, and try to go to war with our oppressor and to go and unalive him. It's up to our oppressor is going to do it for us. Our oppressor is going to send warfare. The Lord is going to send warfare to our oppressor. The Lord is going to send the elements. It's in the Bible, elements like tornadoes and floods and things like that, and fires coming from the actual earth. The Lord is going to destroy our oppressor with the elements, with the weather, with what he created. That's how we're going to receive justice. Cain wants to escape justice. That's what Cain wants to do. That's the spirit of our oppressor. Even though I just slain my brother, I just unalived my brother, you can't, I don't want to get slain. Please don't send me out there because they're going to unalive me. How dare you? You know what I'm saying? How dare you even have that mindset? That's our oppressor. You understand? Hypocritical. You understand? That's why the Bible wants to say he has a mind of a kid. He's childish. Children don't understand the concept of if you do something, there's consequences to it. There's a reason why sometimes I used to get mad, Akim. I used to get mad, Akim. My mom used to pop me in the mouth for the smallest things. I'm thinking that she may have been right to do it, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just to teach me that I shouldn't be talking out of turn. I used to be the kind of kid, I used to talk out of turn or try to get into, this might be a black thing, grown folk business. I don't know if you ever heard that before, but get out of a grown folk conversation. I used to be all up in the conversation trying to talk. And boom, you know what I'm saying? That may have been right. It may have been right to do because it will stop something like this in the future. Our oppressor, that's why he passes the laws that he passes. That's why he's making laws to where children can't even be disciplined by their parents, by their fathers, and by their mothers. It's just going to get worse from here if we're not able to discipline our kids. I'm not saying abuse your kids. Now, I will admit, some of us were abused. You understand? You know, old school beatings. You weren't supposed to put your kid in the bathtub and beat him with an extension cord. You weren't supposed to do that. But you were supposed to discipline him. You understand? You weren't supposed to grab the studded belt out the closet and beat your kid with it. You weren't supposed to do that. But you weren't supposed to tell them to stop and give them maybe 3 or 4 taps or something. That's necessary in order to teach our kids to not be someone like Cain, to have that kind of spirit, which is the spirit of our oppressor. That was the way to stop that. That's why the Bible talks about disciplining your child. Spare not the rod. You know what I'm saying? There's another scripture that even talks about also you should use the rod to correct your child. Now there's other ways to discipline, but that's definitely in our culture. You grab the belt. That's a part of our culture. You need to get hit. You need to feel pain. Pain is a way to register not to do something again. Pain is a lesson. You've probably heard this all throughout, but pain does teach you. If you touch something that's hot and you get burnt, you're going to remember that burnt me and I'm not supposed to touch it. That's the lesson. If you riding a bike and you fell and scraped your knees, I don't think kids ride bikes anymore, but if you ride a bike and you scraped your knees, you're supposed to look at your knees all scraped up and feel that pain that will never go away until next week, that I'm supposed to wear knee pads. Or I'm supposed to keep the bike up properly so I don't fall. I'm supposed to know how to properly brake and put the kickstand up. That's what that pain was supposed to teach us. Well, guess what? If your kid is not doing something right, that pain is supposed to teach them to not do it again. I pray y'all understand. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 15, the last part of the precept. And the Most High set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him.
Now, there's a mark on Cain, you understand? Now, if you don't understand that mark, all right, that mark will be described in Genesis 25, all right, where you'll know who our oppressor is. Esau came out red and hairy, you understand? All right? And that's, if you look at our oppressor, he's just red and hairy. You understand? All right. I don't know how red them Aryans get, but they red and hairy too. You understand? Germans, you name the Germans and the Polish and I don't know too many European countries. All of them. That they, red and hairy. That's our oppressor. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And Cain went out from the presence of the Most High and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden.
So Cain went out for the presence of the Lord because he could not be there anymore. That's why the Lord put in our law, you had to get out of the city if you did something like this. You couldn't just stay there. That's gonna, because it won't stop the cycle. Either you was going to get put to death for what you've done, or you had to get out the city. It was one of those two. That's why in our law we had cities. We had not sure the cities. We had it was a city, I forgot the name of the city, but it was 3 cities that we were supposed to set up where refuge cities, there we go, where if you did something like this, now of course, if it was an accident, you would get away and you'd be able to make it to the city. But of course, if you did this purposely, the Lord was not going to allow you to get to that refuge city and you was going to be unalive too. You understand? That's called justice. That's what real justice actually looks like. That's what's supposed to happen, etc., etc. Now, I ain't telling any of y'all, let's be clear. I'm not telling y'all to go out in Norfolk and Portsmouth, unalive a brother, and try to go to Chicago. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that was within our law. If that was to happen, this is what it was. Cain can't be in that city no more. He can't be where Adam and Eve and where Abel once was. Can't be there no more. He had to get out of there. He's cursed. He had to get out that city. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch.
Okay.
And he built a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son. Enoch.
Now this is the city of Enoch. This is how the city of Enoch came into play. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And unto Enoch was born Irad,
Mm-hmm.
and Irad begat Mehujael,
Mm-hmm.
and Mehujael begat Methusael, and Methusael begat Lamech.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 19. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the one was Adah, and the name of the other Zillah.
Now it says Lamech took unto what?
2 wives.
Now, of course, I know some of y'all don't want to hear this, and I quite frankly don't care. But I'll bring it up one more time so brothers and sisters can understand it was always in our culture, all right, for a man to have the ability to have more than one wife. If you don't like it, I don't care. But that's just what it is. All right. So now just keep in mind it was always in the culture this monogamy really doesn't exist. And if I'm not mistaken, monogamy is adultery. If I'm not mistaken, I think General Muhammad broke it down not too long ago. He broke it down some years ago too, but I guess a lot of brothers and sisters ask the same questions. But monogamy is adultery, because to accomplish monogamy, you have to leave one woman to get the other, or to keep the other, whatever the case may be. The Lord set up for a man to have more than one wife. All right, a woman was always supposed to have a man over her. That's very important to understand too as well. That's throughout the Bible. A woman was never supposed to just be free to do whatever she would like. You see the results of women being free and doing what they would like to do. You see it now. That's why our communities are destroyed. That's why Christianity preaches what they preach, and our oppressor continues to keep them up and running and giving them all the money so mommy can just be free to do what she wants to do. And now our kids are doing what they want to do. All right? And it could be anything. You name it. We don't even have control of our kids the way we used to at one point. You understand? It's bad. They just doing whatever they would like to do. All right? And it's confusion out there. And this is why, because daddy's supposed to be in the home. All right? Dad was supposed to give that balance and give that order and instruction to teach sons and daughters, this is what you can and cannot do. You should not be over there with them. Why are you with them? What do you see in him? What do you see in her? What can you possibly do with this is over there? No, you're only in high school. There's too many high school students chasing tail instead of chasing good grades. How about you teach your kids how to chase good grades instead of tail? All right? Or teach your daughter how not to chase rod and chase attention. How about you teach them to chase grades instead? There's better things to chase than some tail and some rod and attention. All right? There's better things to chase. But because you chase it and you're never home and you're busy taking a bunch of trips to Miami and a bunch of trips to Mexico and a bunch of cruises and flights everywhere, well, I mean, I'm not surprised why your son and daughter is, chasing what they're chasing. And then you weren't, and years later, you in the courtroom like, well, how did my son get here? Please don't block my son away. Talking to your daughter, why did you pick this man? Why did you have a baby with this man right here? What's going on? Why are you dressed like that? I don't, you know what I'm saying? Well, mommy, you're dressed like that. I'm dressed like, no one realizes how important it is, all right, to raise our kids the way they're supposed to, so we can stop the quote unquote violence that's happening in our community and all this, evil that's happening into our community. But that's it on that. Any more?
Just these 2 verses.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Let's
Verse 20. And Adah bare Jabal. He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. Verse 21. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handled the heart and oil.
All right. With that, Amadim, which means to stand, just us up here.
La Yashala.
Armandi, which means to stand, well, Panyahawk with dumb and face the east. All right. I'm gonna do the prayer. I'm gonna do the prayer in Hebrew. God, put it right in. All right. The Lord's prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Wadash. Hayah. ISUPK. Yahweh. Malakufka. Daba'a. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawah. Hayah. Bashemayim. Thundernawa. Lacham. Call. Yawam. Wasalakanawa. Kabawak nawa. Kasalak nawa. Kabawak yanawa. Wala'a. Tabiya'a nawa. Balasayawan. Abo. Habashai nawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wa'ala. Wa'afta Para. La awalamyam. Aman.
In English, our Father,
which
art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
I talk the power in Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Babukusha. The thunder now. Hakak. Lavapa'a. Ka'amakala. Ka'amalawa. Hakak. Latahar. Hamatazariah. Hakak. Lahakwiya. Hamakya. Hakak. Al-Rakawa. Hatama'ala. Lagarashun. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. The water Aman.
In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you so be it.
Bless Israel, Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Barak Manawa. Ba Yasha'ala. Baha. Ba'yap Barak. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The water Aman.
In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you so be it.
Psalms 121. Asha. Ayunya. Ahori. Mayan. Yaba'a. Isaiah. Ma'ai. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemaiah. Wa'arataza. Al Yatan. Namawat. Wagalka. Al Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'a. Yanawam. Wala'a. Yashun. Shawamor. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyinka, Yawamam, Hashemash, Na'ah, Yakarka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamorka, Makarai, Yashamor, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamor, Tazalka, Babawarka, Baita, Baai, Awalam, Aman.
In English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From which cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
He shall preserve thy going out
And thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth.
And this time forth,
And even forevermore.
and even evermore.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al Damayad Laka.
Al Damayad Laka.
Al Tafarash.
Al Tafarash.
Wa Al Tashakwat.
Al Tashakwat.
All.
Al.
Hayahana.
Hayahana.
Awayab Yaka.
Awayab Yaka.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Wama Shanayaka.
Wama Shanayaka.
Nasha Awa.
Nasha Awa.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Amaka.
Al Amaka.
Ya Arayamwa.
Ya Arayamwa.
Sabad.
Sabad.
Wayata Ya Ai Tazawa.
Wayata Ya Ai Tazawa.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Al Tazawa.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nakawa.
Nakawa.
Walakakida.
Walakakida.
Lagoya.
Lagoya.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sam Yasha Allah.
Sam Yasha.
Aywa.
Aywa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa'ai Tazawa.
Nawa'ai Tazawa.
La.
La.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Awyaka.
Awyaka.
Baryak.
Baryak.
Yakarakwa.
Yakarakwa.
Ahoya.
Ahoya.
Anawa.
Anawa.
Wayashma'aliya.
Wayashma'aliya.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagaya.
Wahagaya.
Jabal.
Jabal.
Wa'amawad. Wa'amalat.
Wa'amalat.
Wa'amashah.
Parashah.
I'm Yeshabya.
I'm Yeshabya.
Hazawar.
Hazawar.
Ram Ashuwar.
Ram Ashuwar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Aimam.
Aimam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zabawai.
Zabawai.
Nabanya Lawat.
Nabanya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha Tahab.
Aisha Tahab.
Kamadya.
Kamadya.
Kasaya Saba'a.
Kasaya Saba'a.
Kayabya.
Kayabya.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Kayashwat.
Kayashwat.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Bayan Dara.
Bayan Dara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La Adama.
La Adama.
Sayatamwa.
Sayatamwa.
Nalayamawa.
Nalayamawa.
Ka'ira.
Ka'ira.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakazaba.
Wakazaba.
Wakazazabmanai.
Wakazazabmanai.
How?
How?
Nasayatamwa.
Nasayatamwa.
Ashur.
Ashur.
Wamarwa.
Wamarwa.
Nayarasha.
Nayarasha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Na'awa.
Na'awa.
Alahaya.
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 Sayatamwa.
Sayatamwa.
Kagawgala.
Kagawgala.
Kakwat.
Kakwat.
Lapanyaraka.
Lapanyaraka.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Shaba'ayra ya'ayra.
Shaba'ayra ya'ayra.
Wakala'aba.
Wakala'aba.
Alahat.
Alahat.
Harya.
Harya.
Had.
Had.
Sabadakma.
Sabadakma.
Masa'iraka.
Masa'iraka.
Sabasabapaka.
Sabasabapaka.
Sabahalam.
Sabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Hanyaham.
Hanyaham.
Walawai.
Walawai.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Samka.
Samka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayabahawwa.
Wayabahawa.
Adai.
Adai.
Wayapaparwa.
Wayapaparwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayada'awa.
Wayada'awa.
Hayya.
Hayya.
Fatah.
Fatah.
Samka.
Samka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabarka.
Yabarka.
Al Jawad.
Al Jawad.
Al.
Al.
Al. Represent.
Represent.
Amen.
Amen. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
Thy
enemies make a tumult.
Those enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against the hidden one.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarene.
And the Hagarene.
Gabal.
Gabal.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
Ashur also is joined with
They have
them.
hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as to the Midianites.
Do unto them as the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
As to the brook of Kassan.
At the brook of Kassan.
Which perish at endure.
earth and endure.
It became as dung for the earth.
It became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Corral.
Make the nobles like
And
Oreb.
like Zahab.
And like Zahab.
Yea.
Yea.
All their princes as Zebah.
As the princes as Sabbath.
And as Amunah.
And as the Munah.
Who said,
Let
let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
Let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the
As
wind.
the fire burneth a wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flames set of the mountains on fire.
As the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy
That
name.
they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And troubled forever.
And troubled forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou.
That thou.
Whose name alone.
Whose name alone.
Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the most high over all the earth.
Art the most high over all the earth.
So be it.
So be it. The blessings. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Meya Ka'ala.
Wa Meya Ka'ala.
Wa Alahaya.
Wa Alahaya.
Matzazab Yah.
Matzazab Yah.
Alawak Yahana.
Alawak Yahana.
Ha Alawak Yah.
Ha Alawak Yah.
Ha Saranya.
Ha Saranya.
Ha Kotizayanya.
Ha Kotizayanya.
Ha Koyayoya.
Ha Koyayoya.
Wa Ha'awak Yah.
Wa Ha'awak Yah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashim Yahushai.
Hashim Yahushai.
The Wada Ahmad.
The Wada Ahmad.
All right. The curse is, blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and
In
earth.
all things living.
In all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
That evils and curses.
And evils and curses.
And punishment, destruction.
And punishment, destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against
The
us.
prophets.
The prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the schools.
And the schools.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment, destruction.
And punishment,
To
destruction.
the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the pocket.
Shake loose the pockets.
Shake loose the pockets.
Shake loose the
The
pockets.
rich of Israel.
The rich of Israel.
They refuse to give to the school.
They refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter thy sanctuary.
Into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and
The
curses.
evils and curses.
And punishment, destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
To the nations.
To the nations.
And the drug dealers.
The drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments are enemies.
Other governments of our enemies.
Amalek, synagogues, and armies.
Amalek, synagogues, and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic
The
Church.
Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Egyptology. Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Gaza Kamataza. The alternative movement.
The alternative movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
That's the program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marine.
Marine.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airwaves.
And the airwaves.
The cable access channel.
Cable access
And
channel.
the radio channel.
And the radio channel.
Convict the spirit
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people
of any of thy
that
people
seek to stop us
that seek to stop
and
us.
bring swift destruction
And bring swift
from
destruction.
all the heathen
All the heathen
that stand in the way
that stand in the way
or trying to stop us
trying to stop us
from broadcasting your
from
word
broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and fro
through the earth
through the earth
and consume them.
And consume them.
Let the plague
Let the plague
shake the house of the thief
take the house of the thief
and the unalive.
and the unalive.
Let Yahweh Shai,
Let Yahweh Shai,
Michael and Gabriel,
Michael and
come
Gabriel,
down with the flying
come
saucers
down with the flying saucers.
and punish all the heathen
Punish all the heathen
that come up against
that
us
come up against
as
us.
we speak thy word.
We speak thy word.
Cause it to be known
Cause us to be known
by all.
by all.
There's the angels that have done it.
There's the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread
Cause it to be spread
through the media
through the media
throughout the whole
throughout
world.
the whole world.
Cause them
Cause
to
them
shake up thy coming.
to shake up thy
In
coming.
the name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Star, which means sir. All right, now we'll conclude the service. The shopping for the sisters, y'all can be seated. Men of Israel, we're going to give a place to the brothers. Men of Israel, Madu Shabbat, Madu, Barak,
Yahweh.
Say it.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat.
Y'all both say it. Okay.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat.
At the same time.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabbat. Yahweh Matap. Saw, the term. Praise the sisters. Praise the sisters. Amanya, which means to stand. We're gonna give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat. I remind you. Hurrah! Yahweh Shema Alatham Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shema Alatham Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Says Yahweh
Yahweh
Shema
Shema
Al
Al
Atah
Atah
Ba'Shem
Ba'Shem
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Most High Christ. Yahweh Matah. With that, class dismissed.